Hey, welcome back. James here from Men's Natural Health. And today we're going to talk about intermittent fasting and the impact that it can have on your health, plus how to do intermittent fasting. It's not as tricky as a lot of people might think. You probably won't be as hungry as you might think either with some of these tips. So let's talk intermittent fasting. Why do intermittent fasting? Well, first of all, since we're talking about men's health, for the sake of your testosterone levels and growth hormone levels, and like I mentioned in an earlier video, testosterone, it's that hormone that helps you build muscle, burn fat, get stronger, have energy, perform better at work, be able to think more clearly. It increases your libido, all of these things that are associated with manhood and masculinity. And so increasing testosterone is an important part of your health. It's an important part of getting more out of life and being able to stay active in these things. So doing something that promotes a natural boost in testosterone is a good thing. And intermittent fasting is something that can have a pretty big impact. So studies show when you fast between 16 and 18 hours, your body produces the building blocks of testosterone. It increases the amount of those building blocks by 180%. And that's a big boost. And that's just from, again, intermittent fasting, 16 to 18 hours. So that's not very long at all when you consider the tips that I'll share with you in just a minute. Along with that, studies show actually that if you extend that fast and you were to extend that fast to about 24 hours, then it boosts your body's production of growth hormone by 2,000%. And that was from a study done at the University of North Carolina Medical School in Chapel Hill. So with growth hormone, you've probably heard of growth hormone as something that, maybe celebrities might get. It's not legal, so you want to, but your body does produce growth hormone. It produces its own growth hormone. So there are natural ways to, increase your growth hormone. Okay. And taking the natural route is perfectly fine and safe. And so when you fast for 24 hours, you can boost growth hormone. And growth hormone, it doesn't only help with increasing muscle mass and fat loss, it also helps with mental clarity and energy and a lot of the other benefits that you get from increasing, like you would if you were to increase your testosterone level. So you get kind of this cool 1-2 punch, boost in testosterone, boost in growth hormone when you do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, it promotes better insulin sensitivity. So when you eat, your body it responds to those carbohydrates, it responds to those sugars more efficiently. So that's always a good thing. Improving insulin sensitivity, always a good thing. Naturally, because you're probably eating less, it's going to lead to weight loss. And specifically, it's going to lead to fat loss. And intermittent fasting has been shown to help increase an enzyme called AMPK. And, you can think of kind of AMPK, it's kind of like a gas pedal that you press down in your cells to accelerate your metabolism and kind of burn more fat and lose weight. So there's another benefit. Another benefit of intermittent fasting is your gut health. And gut health is, you'll notice when you practice intermittent fasting, if you say you do a 16 or 18 hour fast every single day, what you'll notice is that your digestive system becomes more regular And the reason why this is beneficial for your digestive system is because, if we're constantly eating, so most people, they, they wake up, they eat breakfast first thing in the morning, right? And then they're eating for the rest of their day. And so their fasting window is only that time when they're sleeping. And that means that for the entire day, your gut is working and digesting foods. It doesn't really have time to take a break. And studies show that that 8-hour period of time when you sleep, it isn't enough time for your gut and the good bacteria in your gut to do everything that you want them to do to keep you healthy. So it's important that, if you can extend that windows where you're not eating as much throughout the day, you're not eating as frequently throughout the day, that's going to have good gut health benefits. So the question then is, how do you do intermittent fasting? Well, generally speaking, I suggest doing a 16 to an 18-hour fast every single day. So that means that you have a 6 to 8 hour eating window, and you do all of your eating within that window. And that'll provide you the benefits of fasting. And then it's also you'll be surprised, you're going to find that this becomes more regular, a normal part of your life. And you'll find that, maybe you're more focused throughout the day because you're not, riding the blood sugar ups and downs every time that you have a meal. And your body isn't focused on digesting food when you're trying to work on something. So there are a lot of benefits that you'll notice throughout the day. So I suggest you start your fasting window at about 10 p.m. at night, or actually 8 p.m. is probably the best. If you started at 8 p.m., then you can start eating. If you do just a simple 16-hour fast, you can start eating at noon the next day. And so if you think about that, if you go to bed at 8 p.m., you wake up at 6, if you stop eating at 8 p.m., you go to bed at 10 p.m., okay, that's already 2 hours. Then you go to sleep from, 10 o'clock at night to, 6 o'clock the next morning. You get 8 hours of sleep. Okay, so now you're at 10 hours you've been fasting. Now all you have to do is figure out a way to keep yourself busy or keep your mind off food for 6 hours, which isn't really difficult. Start your day by drinking a lot of water. And drinking a lot of water, that's going to get your stomach, get something in your stomach. Plus, drinking that water is going to kind of get your metabolic processes going, your hormones going, because you didn't drink any water for, that whole time while you're asleep. So your body needs to rehydrate. So drink some water, and then drink some coffee. Coffee without any cream or sugar, just black coffee, or maybe a black tea or something like that if you're not a coffee drinker. But you want to avoid drinks that have calories in them. So, coffee, it works as a phenomenal appetite suppressant as well. Plus, you have the caffeine kind of working in your body without food in your body. So that caffeine kind of helps with boosting fat loss as well. And if you feel good enough, which is what I like to do, you can exercise on an empty stomach. And what you'll likely notice when you exercise on an empty stomach is you might go to the gym hungry, but after your work or during your workout and after your workout, you won't be as hungry if you're hungry at all. It kind of distracts your body and your mind. And so next thing you know, noon rolls around and it's time for you to eat, and you can start your feasting window. So then you can eat from noon to 8, and then you stop eating at 8 and you do it all over again. Simple like that. If you're going to do a 24-hour fast, you obviously don't want to do these consecutive days. In fact, there's a drop off of the benefits after about 48 hours. So instead, you want to maybe you say, okay, every Sunday night or every Saturday night to Sunday night, I'm going to do a 24-hour fast, and then I'll just pick back up on my eating after the fast. So those are some examples of how you can use intermittent fasting to increase your testosterone levels and to just boost many other factors with your health.